Hi, my name is Joey Simon. Today I'm going to be doing a world record attempt for the highest score on Rampage World Tour. The current record is 275,600 points, and this is a port of the arcade version on the PS3. I'm just going to be showing the options just to show you that you cannot edit anything. Just default settings. Now the only thing I can do in this version is you're able to add lives at any point, but I'm not going to be doing that. The only time you get an extra life is either at 500,000 or 1 million points, but let's see how I do. This is for Guinness and Twin Galaxies. I'll be making minor commentary as we go along. So the rules with this is that you have no continues unless you get an extra life, which is self-explanatory. And the other rule of this is once you turn, right when you die, you're supposed to show your points. So I'm going to be pausing right before I turn into my human form, because otherwise my score is going to get covered by a continue notice. But one of the actual big strategies I always keep in mind when playing this game is when you do the eating animation, when you pick up people from the streets, you actually have invincibility frames and you won't get hurt for a short period when you throw them into your mouth. Also, the helicopters will fire in a diagonal pattern as well as a pattern that is right in front of you, so you definitely want to keep that in mind. But the biggest key is that you want to make sure, hold on, there's a particular route you have to go. I usually go west when it comes to changing the route. Now, with this, you're allowed to change the route of where you go. That's not what matters. All I need to focus on right now is just surviving as long as I can. Usually you want to get around 15k before the first level ends, but that's not too bad. 14,500. Now, one of the other things you want to do is you want to make sure that any types of foes, if possible, you can keep them off screen, or not, or you don't want to get too close so you don't get hurt. Another thing you want to do is you want to wait for these electronics to turn off. So what you want to do in that context is you want to occupy yourself and damage other parts of the building looking for things. That way you don't just stand at one place being vulnerable, but you also don't have to worry about losing out on any extra points. And with these actually leave you kind of vulnerable, but if the sky is clear, then you won't have to worry about anything. Otherwise, you want to try to get those bonus things that are flying by flying with the jump button. Use that pepper. So while I'm picking people up like that actually, okay, I gotta grin and bear it. I gotta eat that bomb, otherwise I lose out on points. But you actually get a few moments of invincibility when you eat things. Get this tourist trap. And at the third level, I should be getting a World Tour flag. You have to bear in mind, I did a lot of practice runs before this. I've played this since I was a kid, too. Yeah, some of the furniture items you can actually eat, but it's a glitch in the game, and they will give you health, but it's part of the game. It's not any form of cheating or anything like that. At about the third level of any run, you're supposed to get a World Tour flag in one of these windows, because these open windows, or any different looking ones, are the ones with items in them. It's usually in one of these buildings, but it's going to be around here somewhere. Gotta get rid of that car quickly, otherwise I get hurt. You want to get rid of these helicopters as quickly as possible so they don't get too hurt. flag is taking forever. Usually getting a World Tour flag, for me at least, doesn't take this long. Finally, there we go. Yeah, the building it spawns in is completely random, but I know one thing: you at least get one of them. Now, with these flying bonuses, what you want to do is get as many objects as you can while avoiding the bombs, and you want to get the power-up so that way you can quickly exit a level if you're a little overwhelmed. The bombs don't make you get hurt, and these don't give you full health either. It just says that on the screen, but it's basically an opportunity to get points. That's really what it is. Normally, you just want to punch these bouncing buildings so that way you don't leave yourself open. You always want to try to be above these helicopters or below them if possible. That way you don't get hurt. Whoops. Let me just get past this part. I need to use this. I'm getting a little overwhelmed here. But if I can get past here and get to the next area, I should be fine because I'll be getting my mega food, which is basically a character's favorite food, and that refills a lot of your health back. Now, those helicopters are assholes. Those are the people you want to watch the most. At least when it comes to a point run. When you're playing the game normally, they're not really much of a problem because you have unlimited lives. But whoops. Obviously, for this though, you don't want to leave yourself open. There we go. Liverpool finished. The last time I did a practice run on this, I got about 686,600 points, but obviously I didn't have a camera. But you definitely want to ration your death breath if you can, and go mega food. Now my health is back up to a decent amount. Yeah, you want to get as many things in the buildings as possible, but also you want to make sure that you don't... Okay, I'm going to have to... Okay, those mortar things are douchebags. There we go. I don't know why I didn't jump on it, but whatever. There. You definitely want to move out of their line of fire if that also means climbing onto the other part of the building. Anything you can do to get away from the gunfire. Alright, let's just get through this. Got a little too nervous there. Edinburgh is cleared. There we go. The record's already beat, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go as fast as or as far as I can. Here's where I'm going to need my last death breath, actually. Because there's going to be a robot and a flying jet here, and I don't want to risk getting hurt. There we go. It also takes care of a building very quickly. And I want to run through this as fast as possible without getting hurt. Because I'm at death's door. That means my health is low. Okay, power up. Alright, well, time. And my total, I think, was 300,300. But I'm going to end that. Should put my name in. It'll probably pop up on the game, but I'm going to try another run just in case. It should pop up here, but I'm going to try another run on a separate clip just to see if I can do better. Yeah, it should pop up on the top 5. It'll take just a moment. bear in mind that this is the arcade port of the game. It's on the PS3. Also bear in mind that unfortunately this port is no longer available. It was delisted quite a couple of years ago, but just want to make sure if that's, I guess, applicable. Alright, yeah, it'll just take a minute. Once it gets through this attract mode, I should be fine. It's going to show Lizzie's top 5 because that's the character I used. You can use any character. There we go. Okay, right by the BD with a star. That was mine. There's somebody else named Joe apparently. All right.